The investigation into the murder of model Jasmine Fiore is far from over. Police this morning are looking into whether her ex-husband, TV star Ryan Jenkins, acted alone. They're checking to see if he had help disposing of her body and if he had help escaping to Canada, where he apparently committed suicide. CBS News correspondent Michelle Gielan is here with the latest. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, Maggie, there are many unanswered questions, and the more police uncover about this case, the more mysterious the murder of Jasmine Fiore becomes.
In the sunny expanse of Santa Cruz, California, Jasmine Fiore was a radiant presence. With aspirations that matched her beauty, she carved a career as a model and harbored dreams of entrepreneurship. However, in a chilling sequence of events that seemed stolen from a Hollywood thriller, Fiore's story took a dark turn. August 15, 2009 became not just a day etched in tragedy, but a mystery enveloping the life and death of a woman whose light was extinguished much too soon. Born Jasmine Lepore in 1981, her life post the divorce of her parents was nurtured by her mother, Lisa Lepore, in the bucolic setting of Bonnie Doon, California. From playing football to enduring the grind behind a grocery store counter, the fabric of Fiore's young life was woven with variety and vitality. Graduating beyond traditional roles, Fiore graced Las Vegas casinos with her presence as a swimsuit model, her form often adorned with intricate body paint for soirees that demanded a touch of unique splendor. Her entrepreneurial spirit found solace in obtaining a real estate license, and with the eyes fixed on a future bright, she planned to open a gym and a personal training center. Amidst professional endeavors, her heart tangled in the throes of romance with Robert Hasman and the once-engaged Travis Heinrich, relationships that thrummed with intensity and promise, albeit intermittently. The irrevocable change came upon meeting Ryan Alexander Jenkins, a reality TV contestant whose fortunes in love were quick to culminate in a wedding at Las Vegas's A Little White Wedding Chapel on March 18, 2009. But marital bliss was marred by accusations of violence in June of the same year when Jenkins was charged with domestic battery against Fiore. The incident, witnessed by Travis Heinrich, suggested volatile undercurrents in the couple's union. The waters seemed to settle as Jenkins and Fiore, entwined once more in the dance of reconciliation, ventured towards San Diego for a poker event. The duet of discord and devotion sang out from not just Fiore's heart, but her mother's words, who attested to the tempestuous nature of the pair's relationship. Before we move on, if you like our channel, please take a moment to like and share. It helps us grow and continue to produce more content. Now back to the show. Surveillance footage, remnants of their last communal sojourn, showed the couple at the Hilton for the Karma Foundation fundraiser. By early August 14, 2009, Fiore would vanish into the night, with Jenkins returning sprightly to their Del Mar hotel alone. Fiore's absence fermented into dread, a premonition of tragedy unfolding as her white Mercedes, stained in the quiet violence of blood and struggle, was found deserted in a West Hollywood parking lot. In an alley of Buena Park, a grim discovery was made that August morning. Fiore's body, brutalized and anchored in cruelty, was interred within a suitcase. Her identity obscured by the savage removal of teeth and fingers, death marked by the stranglehold of enmity, could only be confirmed by the serial numbers of her breast implants. Jenkins, ensnared in suspicion, reported Fiore missing, spinning a tale of departure and errands never completed. However, as the law's gaze turned inexorably toward him, Jenkins fled, his life culminating in a rope's grim finality in a hotel in British Columbia. It was just hours after he had reported his wife missing when Jenkins was observed departing their upscale penthouse, his actions methodical, his intentions unknown. He packed with a calm that was unsettling. By 9 a.m., he had vanished into the city's pulse. Driven by a quiet desperation, Jenkins crossed state lines, steering through Nevada to retrieve his sleek speedboat. The police, trailing his movements remotely, contacted him on August 17th. His voice, eerily calm, betrayed no secrets as he declared he was Utah-bound. His reason, a matter of pressing immigration concerns in Canada, or so he claimed. Unbeknownst to Jenkins, back in Los Angeles, the reality was unraveling rapidly. By August 18th, the identity of the corpse discovered days prior had been confirmed as that of his wife, Fiore. The news of her murder seared across media outlets by the following day.
The woman whose body was found stuffed in a suitcase in California has been identified as a former swimsuit model now. Police say 28-year-old Jasmine Fiore was strangled, and her husband of just 5 months is now a person of interest. Brian Rooney with more this morning.
The mystery began Saturday morning in Buena Park, California, with the discovery of a suitcase and a body inside it.
I thought it was a young child because it was such a small suitcase, probably about a 3-foot suitcase.
But it turned out that the strangled body was that of 28-year-old Jasmine Fiore, a Las Vegas bikini model who had recently moved to Las Vegas, last seen at a poker game in San Diego with a contestant from the VH1 reality show Megan Wants a Millionaire. He's 32-year-old Canadian Ryan Jenkins.
I've never really rolled with any girls that could keep up with me.
Jenkins had reported Fiore missing later on the same day the suitcase was found.
Witnesses later painted a picture for investigators of Jenkins, a man seemingly on the run, navigating his black BMW SUV, a boat tethered behind, inching closer to the Canadian border. His abandoned vehicle was later unearthed by investigators at a marina in Blaine, Washington, its engine humming with residual warmth, foreboding a recent departure. At this juncture, Jenkins was merely a person of interest. Charges had yet to materialize. The U.S. Coast Guard and the U.S. Customs and Border Protection cast an expansive net, their patrols scanning the Washington waters as early as the evening of August 19th. Meanwhile, rumors of high-speed chases on the open sea peppered the early news reports, supplying the saga with a touch of cinematic drama, though these accounts were subsequently refuted by officials. By this time, a figure resembling Jenkins had docked his vessel at a marina in Point Roberts. Here, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police began to piece together Jenkins' possible crossover into Canadian territories between the harrowing days of August 19th to 20th. The narrative took a definitive turn on August 20th, as charges of Fiore's murder were officially levied against Jenkins. Within hours, an arrest warrant was issued. That same day, a fragmented call reached Jenkins' father, an attempt at communication that ended almost as swiftly as it began. Evening descended on August 20th, casting its shadow over the Thunderbird Motel in Hope, British Columbia, where Jenkins appeared anew. He was not alone. Accompanied by a young blonde woman, they parked curiously beside a dumpster, actions noted as peculiar by the motel's seasoned manager. Jenkins remained in the car, while his companion, subsequently revealed to be his half-sister Alana Jenkins, fronted the cash for a stay spanning 3 nights. The next-door neighbor recounted seeing Alana depart post-haste following a brief visit. Her exit left Jenkins sequestered in room 2. When the motel manager caught a glimpse of Jenkins the next day, he hardly resembled the man plastered across television screens nationwide. Haggard and fatigued, he was a pale imitation of his public persona. It wasn't until August 23rd, with the anticipated checkout time having lapsed and little activity detected over the preceding days, that caution morphed into concern. The manager, accompanied by his nephew, initiated a welfare check that concluded with a shocking discovery: Jenkins' lifeless body suspended from a clothing rack by a belt, a final act of despair performed in absolute solitude. No traditional farewell in the form of a suicide note was located, though digital remnants of a last will and testament were found on his computer, dated the day of his arrival at the motel.
I'm sorry to have to talk to you under these situations. What did it mean to you when you found out this news about Ryan Jenkins?
It was a great relief that we weren't going to spend months and months of our life trying to find this person and bringing him to justice. I mean, we wanted justice for Jasmine.
Ms. Lepore, what does this mean to you, this information about Jenkins?
Well, it's sort of I have mixed feelings about it. I mean, it's a relief to know that this man is not out there with the possibility of causing harm to other people, you know. I mean, that was a dangerous person. And now we don't have to worry about him. But I feel like, you know, he was a coward and he took the easy way out. He didn't want to face the consequences of his actions, and that's how he dealt with it.
The case breached its final chapter on August 27th, with the location of a storage unit loaded with Jenkins's possessions in Washington state, a silent testament to the life and secrets he left behind. Thousands of miles from the glamorous streets of Los Angeles, a deadly narrative reached its conclusion in a nondescript motel room, leaving behind the grim tale of a life frayed by crime and cloaked in mystery, an account that would resonate with true crime aficionados for years. This is yet another chilling story from the minds of sick and sinister crazies. We hope you enjoyed this sad story. Like and share for more pure evil.
Never. She never did anything to make anyone feel any sort of animosity towards anything, or just, she was just a beautiful girl, and he took her from us.